Good evening, students. Today we are going to start our new chapter, Work and Energy. In this chapter, we have to learn about work, definition of work, formula for work, then condition for work to be done. This work can be zero, can be positive, or can be negative. Then unit of work, like it may be your joule or it may be erg. The next topic is energy. Energy, what is this energy? That will be lower. Then the type of energy like potential energy, kinetic energy, their formula we have to learn. Then the last topic is regarding the power. So what is this power? Power is rate of doing work, and power, formula for power is force into velocity. And the unit of power is watt. These are the three things that we have to learn in this chapter. Now let's start with work. What is this work? A student, in physics, work have different meaning than the work or the term work used in our daily life or used in English. Like you are learning or you are paying time toward your study, then you are also saying that you are doing hard work. But in physics, whether this is a work or not, that we will say. It may not be a work done, or you may not be doing any work. Another, sometime you are lifting bag or heavy bag to your school, and you are saying you are doing a lot of work in carrying your baggage for your school or vegetable from the market. But whether that is a work in physics or not, according to physics, it is not a work. So what is the work in physics? It's very interesting. A student, just keep in mind, in physics, each of the terms are related to each other. Like we had started with the displacement. We had started with the very basic quantity in physics, like distance and displacement. From this displacement, if the displacement is there, then rate of change of displacement was given by velocity. Again, the rate of change of velocity has given us acceleration. And when this acceleration is multiplied with any mass, means the mass of the body in which this acceleration is taking place, then the force acting on that mass is calculated. Force. So we are getting all these quantity are interrelated. So displacement d, whatever the velocity may be v, the acceleration we are denoting by a, and the force acting over the body is f. Okay. So in physics, this force means it must be associated with some displacement. So associating this force with this displacement means if the force is able to displace an object, then only there will be the work. In physics, it's very simple. So work is always associated with some force. If the force is acting over any body, then we can define the work done by that body. So this is the work. So for work, we need two things. One is the displacement, another is force. So student, keep in mind, all right, the very first basic point that in physics, work is connected or associated with a force. It is not the definition of work, but I want to tell you, or we want to reach to definition of work. In that, the important thing is force. Now, this work is done by a body or over a body. Now, this force is always acting over a body or exerted by a body. So, work is associated with a force acting on a body. Therefore, to understand the definition of work, we shall take a body. A student, consider this is the ground over which an object is there. Any body or any object is having its mass or characterized by its mass or some of the quantity. I'm just considering this is a body over which a force is acting. The force is acting this way. I am denoting. Means the force is applied to push the body. It may be possible that this body is being pulled. If it is pulled, denote it by like this. Get it? So when this force is acting over a body, and this force is able to displace this body, means because of acting of force, the body have moved to new position. The new position of the body is like this one. Let us draw it by the dashed or dotted line. This is the new position of this body. Means the body have moved from here to here. Not by jumping in air, but on sliding over this surface. So while sliding, this body have covered how much displacement? That we need to understand. A student, for understanding the displacement, we are always considering the straight line distance between the center. Means the body have moved from the position 1. You may write this is our position 1. This is the position 2. Or position 1, which was the initial condition. So we may write initial position and position 2 as the final position. Okay, student? So while applying the force, the body have moved from the position 1 to position 2. And in this way, there is a displacement D. So we have to keep in mind this D is in the direction of force. Say the block is placed over a surface. Consider this is the surface over which this block is being placed. Just a minute. Students, you may consider this is a surface over which this block is placed like this, or you may take the colorful. Now you are applying the force so that the body have moved from one position to the other position. Getting? This is the new position. So here we are observing from this point to this point. This much is its displacement. And we had applied the force in the direction of displacement. The force applied is in the direction of this surface, so that the body have moved over this surface. It may be possible that I am going to lift this upward. So while lifting upward, what is the displacement? The upward displacement, the height. Okay, from here to here. For lifting it, we need to apply upward force against the gravity. Okay, so that upward force we need to consider, and the displacement from this point to this point we need to consider. So student, this way the two important things we need to understand for defining a force. Very first is for defining the work. Very first is the force and this force is producing how much displacement. Okay, so right, this force is able to produce a displacement d in the direction of force. Then the work is given by the product of this force and this displacement. The definition in physics is like this. Okay, so then the work means work done by this force, work done by applied force. So work done by this applied force is obtained by, you have to multiply the force with the displacement. We have to keep in mind this displacement is always in the direction of force, because both force and displacement are vector quantity. They are possessing the direction. So force is in direction or basically in line of the displacement, or displacement is in line of the force. It may be possible that displacement may be in opposite direction to that of the force, and we have load while we are taking the brake, then the vehicle moves up in forward direction, though the force is acting reverseward. That situation it may be, but the direction of force and displacement are in same line, whether they are opposite or they are in same direction. It is this way. So in this case, work done by a force is defined by the product of the applied force is product of applied force and the displacement in line of force, and displacement in line of force. You will understand this. What do we mean by displacement in line of force? So we have to take the applied force and the displacement in line of force, their product we have to take. So according to physics, for this situation that we have drawn here, so the work is defined by considering what? The displacement, what I was talking, what was the initial quantity here, this displacement, and finally the force. Collectively, this displacement and force, their product, give us work. So work is defined like this, and in physics the work is written like this. So work is equals to force into displacement in direction or in line of force. Means the line along which the force is acting, or the direction along which the force is acting. Direction may be opposite or may be in the same direction of force. It is this way. So it can be written as, or in symbol form, the work is denoted by F into D. It is this way. A student, we have to keep in mind here, this W denotes here, what this W denotes? So in symbol form, this W denotes what?
Work.
The work done. So question arises, work done by whom or work done by what? Like you are saying work done by you, work done by your friend. In physics, it always states the work done by the force which is acting over a body. So work done by body, or basically it is the work done by force acting over the body. So work done by force. What is this F? Here this F denotes whatever the force we are considering, that force. So force is acting over the body. So the force acting over the body. Now the next, D. What is D? A student, keep in mind, do not use the term only displacement. Displacement may be in any direction. It may be possible, but then it will not give the work. So this is the displacement in line of or in the direction of force. So complete definition you have to keep in mind. So it is displacement in line, or in many books you will get this as the direction also. Force. It is important. So this way the work is obtained by product of force and displacement. But which force we shall take? Carefully we shall understand that this force must be applied over the body, and the displacement in the direction of force we need to take. Okay, student? So this is the definition of work as per our physics. Now, while applying this definition, we should be careful. Why? Because it's stated that displacement in the direction of force. Or conversely, understand this work is obtained by the force and displacement, but the condition is both of them should be in the same line. It simply means that displacement in the line of force or force in the line of displacement mean the same thing. So just understand this, or reversely we can write like this. Students, if we consider a body, or we can reversely write like this one also. Work can also be written as this force in the direction of displacement multiplied by displacement. Both mean the same thing. So force in direction of displacement multiplied by the displacement itself. What is the value of displacement? So this force in direction of displacement means the force value, but its direction should be in the direction of displacement. Many a time it is easy to understand or consider the displacement than how much force is acting in that displacement direction. That way we can take. For that we shall apply the second mode. Though this first and second both are same formula. Okay, it simply indicate either you take the force in direction of displacement or displacement in direction of force. So we shall keep in mind so that this force and displacement must be in same line. Must be in same line for calculation. Though it may be possible that displacement may be some other direction and force may be some other direction. In that case, we need to take the part of displacement in the line of force. So force and displacement must be considered in same line, or must be in same line, or its component. Component means the part. So let's understand this one also. Then we will write what could be the sign of this work. So student, just we had learned work always associated with the force. If force is there and it is carrying or it is giving some displacement, then only we shall consider the work in physics. So just carrying something, or just reading or sitting at any place, or a study may not be the work. Those we will try to fit in this definition and we will understand. A student, Consider that a body is there. This is the body. And over this, you are applying the force with the help of the string, which is making some angle. Getting? This is the applied force. While you are pulling, say a small toy car you are pulling with a string. What you will observe? You will observe that the car will move along this horizontal surface. Students, while considering this horizontal surface, we should be careful. May this object have now moved to the new position, this one. I am saying this is the new position where still the force F is active. So how much is the displacement, students? So this displacement we need to consider horizontally, then the component of this force in horizontal direction need to be considered. That is the thing we need to understand. So understand this carefully, that if we are considering the displacement consider the displacement between their center for easy understanding. This is the displacement. Then in this case, how much force shall we consider to get this work done? Can we write in this case that the work done by this force, W is equals to F into D? Can we write like this? A student, in this case, this becomes wrong. Why? Since this F is not in line of D or displacement. So this F and D must be in same line. For that, what to do? For that, we need to convert or take the component of F along the horizontal. While you are pulling something at some angle, so the force is acting at some angle, but it has two components or two parts. One which is trying to pull it horizontally, while the other trying to lift it vertically. Okay, so for this case here, we are observing if the force is acting at some angle, consider this angle as theta, then this force have two components and their resultant is this F. So it have one component along this horizontal direction. Consider that part as F of X along the x-axis and another along the vertical axis, F of Y. We have learned that this Fx and Fy is what? So this force is a vector. So if Fx is this horizontal component and Fy is this vertical component, then resultant of these two is obtained by the third side of a triangle, and this F is obtained by adding or applying the Pythagoras theorem, Fx square and Fy square. Are we getting? So this way we shall understand. In this case, not this F which is applied at some angle and producing the displacement in horizontal direction should be considered. Rather, the Fx, this is the component of this F in the direction of displacement. So here we shall keep in mind, here we need the part or component of force F along the D. So not the entire F can be taken, but its part. Here the part of this F along the displacement, which is horizontal, is our Fx. Is it okay? So we shall consider Fx. not the Fy or not the F. Therefore, take Fx, not F or Fy for work calculation. It is important to understand. By applying this, we can understand or we can determine the work done very easily. Otherwise, if you are not understanding, you will have to mug up. So, a student, if the force is there at some other angle than the displacement, then we need to take the part of the applied force in the direction of displacement. So this applied force in the direction of displacement is taken as Fx. So we need to take this Fx. Therefore, this work done by F, though we had applied the force F, but for calculation we need to take it component along the displacement. So right, part of the F along the displacement, or that part is called as component of F along displacement D multiplied by the displacement D. Means here we have denoted it by Fx into D. So this is the work. A student, therefore, we shall keep in mind, for calculating the work, we shall must calculate the component of force along the displacement or component of displacement along the force. That way we can also take, like here, we can also take like this. A student, just understand this. Not in much detail, just in a brief we can understand. Consider the force applied was making some angle. This is our F, and the displacement, the body have moved to this new position where still the force is applied. Here we are always considering the applied force remains constant. If it is varying, then we have to apply the integration, and you will learn about that in higher standard. A student, in this case, our displacement is this one. So a student, there is other way of considering this. We may consider this displacement along this force itself. Means now extend this force. How much displacement along this force? For that, you need to draw the perpendicular length from this displacement over this. So whatever this much length that you will get, this is, let me denote this by D and F, or D along F. This DF denotes the D along the F. So we are free to take this F here, then this DF here. So we should be careful while we are taking this work done. Means in this case, this force and displacement must be in same direction. It simply means, rather than taking this D, we shall take this DF, and this DF shall be multiplied by with the force F. So if you are taking entire F, then you shall take this DF, or if you are taking entire D, then you shall take the Fx. So these indicate the component or the part of the force along the displacement or displacement along the force. Okay, that's why we are always taking this force and displacement in same line that we had written here. So you need to consider this one carefully, force and displacement in same line. It is very important. So these two things means the force and displacement in same line. So either we shall take the displacement along the force or force along the displacement. It is one thing. Students, while we solve the numerical, we will get this. So in this case, we can also write this way. The work done can be taken as the same work. So if we are taking this as F, then we shall take D of F. A small f is our displacement along the force. Here F is the entire force applied, and dF, it is the single term. So it is the displacement along the force, along force F. Then this work W is written like this. So W is work done by F. Are we getting? So therefore, this work is equals to force into dF, or work is equals to Fx into d. Both will give you the same value. Get it? So where what is convenient, accordingly we will apply it. Or at your level, more application is not there. Otherwise, you will learn in higher standard that this work is given by a general formula F into d cos of theta. So this work is written as Fd cos of theta, where F and D are inclined to some, say the D is even on some other angle and theta. But this concept you need not mug up here, so I'm not going to discuss this. Or this may be like this: the applied force in this direction and displacement in this direction, and the angle between them is the theta. So it is this one. And in higher standard, you will learn this is given as F dot D. This thing not required at your level, so please do not get confused with this thing. Leave all this. So here the angle is very important. So student, we will just write what are the conclusion that we can draw from the things that we have learned till now. So be careful, write to the point. Students, so let me write work so regarding this work, we need to have force and displacement in same line. So needs force and displacement in same line. One thing. Another thing means in same line, here we are taking, if it is making certain angle, like here we have taken this angle theta, if it is making some angle, then the value of work done by the force get changed as per their angle. Right, that point. So work depends on angle between the applied force and their displacement. So work depends on angle between the applied force and displacement produced. Force and displacement produced. Students, the formula in reference to or with reference to this, considering this angle, is not required for you, but the exact relation is FD cos of theta. It is this one. So it was this angle theta, but it is not required at your level. So rather than understanding what is this cos and theta to get confused, I'm writing the points that we can conclude it from this formula. A student, so understand once more. If work or if the force and displacement are in same direction, then the work is obtained by force into displacement and it is positive. So right, force is a vector quantity and displacement d, both are vectors. So understand this, I am putting the arrow here. In same direction, same direction means, a student, we have done the very first figure. The force is in this direction and displacement produces this much. Then this work is given by, then work is positive. You need to keep in mind, and the value of work is just obtained by multiplying this force with the displacement. Okay. Now the other one is, if the force and displacement are in opposite direction, say if force, right, point wise. First, this was the second point, this was the third point. Though this third and fourth we are concluding from the second point itself. So F and D are in opposite direction. Opposite direction means what, a student? And same direction means what, a student? Since F and D are the vector quantity, so we may denote this D by a vector like this, and F also over this with this one. So what is the angle between these two rays, student? Can you tell me? Angle between these two lines is how much? Both are in same direction. We have learned that if we have one ray here and the other ray, the angle is given by this theta. If the two rays are coinciding in same direction, what is the angle? Theta is equals to 0. Means in this case, we have to keep in mind theta is equals to 0. This situation was our situation number 3. Now, they are in opposite direction. What does it mean? It simply means, say the force is acting this direction, the displacement is happening in this direction. The displacement at this direction. So what is the angle at this time? It is 180 degree. So in this case, when they are in opposite direction, when this is happening, a student, while you are applying the brake to your bicycle, the brake is applying the force to stop it, means it is the backward direction, but displacement is still in the forward direction. It is that. Another, for lifting an object, I may consider I am applying the force upward, means my muscular force is in upward and displacement is in upward. But we are knowing that if any object is there, then always a gravitational force or the force of gravity, mg, or its weight is acting downward. So weight is always acting downward. Though I am lifting it upward, but the weight is acting downward. So if I want to know the work done due to the weight while I am lifting it upward, then the weight is downward and displacement is upward. In this case, the work will be negative. So this thing we have to keep in mind. So it is the meaning of F and D are in opposite direction. Then this work is negative. And the formula for work or work can be calculated by putting a negative sign, F into D. Okay, it's so simple thing. Now the fifth one, it may be possible that the force is acting horizontally and the displacement is vertically, or the force is acting vertically downward and displacement is horizontal. In the next situation that I will write later on next page, just for understanding to compare this. So if we have a force which is acting downward, when say you are putting some weight on your head, okay, what is the force exerted on my head by this object? Student, this object have the weight W, okay. So while it is placed on my head, the W weight is always acting downward. Now I start moving in this direction. So I start moving means the object will displace horizontally, though the force is continuously acting downward. So that situation I am drawing here. So the force is acting downward and the object is displaced from here to here. So the displacement is horizontal, but the force is vertical. In this case, the angle between two is 90 degrees. A student, in this case, can we say this force have any component over this displacement? No, because we have learned that say if the F is here, then its component is obtained by drawing perpendicular and this much length is giving us the component. Say if this F is further made like this, then the component become very small, only this a small component. Now if this F is made exactly vertical, then no component, it is just like a point. So the component of F along the displacement is 0. Therefore, the work done by this force in this case will be 0. So this is another interesting thing that we have to understand. And this is the situation which is occurring while you are carrying your bag to your school. You are moving along the road, means the displacement is always horizontal. But what is the force exerted on the bag? It is the weight. Means because of the weight we want to know the work done. The weight is always acting downward. Therefore, no component in horizontal direction. So the applied F is 0. So F into D value is 0. So that we are going to understand. Student, so let us understand this in the next point. Point number 5. So this thing we have understood here. What could be the work, whether positive or negative? These two things we had learned. Now we are going to understand about the zero work. When it becomes 0, that thing we are going to understand. So regarding this 0 work, when it becomes 0, so write down the point number 5 is called as this work may be 0 also. When it becomes 0, this thing we want to understand very carefully. So work may be 0. When this becomes 0, so students, For this work to be zero, we shall understand what is the definition of work. Work is given by force into displacement. And we are knowing that if any one of the factor is zero, the product is always zero. So, right? If F is zero, means no force applied over this object. Means I am considering the object like this, and I am not applying any force over this object. Can we say the work done by this object? No, student, there is no work done by this object unless or until some force is applied and that force is able to make some displacement. So just understand, if force is equals to zero, this implies work is equals to zero into displacement. Though even if there is displacement without applied force, that will also not give us any work. So this value is zero. Second, if displacement d is equals to zero, but F is not equals to zero, that is force applied over an object, but the object have not moved. Force applied on an object, but object have not moved. Have not moved, or the object have moved but it have returned to its initial position. Means what? Displacement is zero. So object have not moved or its displacement is zero even after moving. These are the situation. What is this? Please understand. Students, so just let us consider the object is like this. I am pushing this object 5 centimeters forward, then with the same force bringing it backward, the displacement is zero. So overall, during this overall journey, the work done will be how much? Zero. So that is possible. So when the displacement is zero, work is equals to force into zero. It is zero. So this is the second situation when the work become zero. Means what is the situation representing? The object have moved or the force is applied, but the object have not moved. Means, say, you are applying large force over this wall. Okay, I'm applying large force over this wall. Are you getting? But I'm not able to displace my wall. Will there be any work done by me? No. A student, according to physics, no work is done by me over this wall unless or until the wall have moved or I am able to displace some of its particles. Okay, so it is this situation. Force is applied, but displacement is zero. Therefore, the work done is zero in this case. It was this situation. In first situation, on this object, no force was applied. Means F was zero. Though the body might have moved because of itself or because of some other forces which are not under consideration. So in this case, D may be zero or D may not be zero. So irrespective of displacement, when the force is zero, and for this force we want to calculate the work, so work done by this force is zero. It was this situation. Now coming to third and very interesting situation. Student, questions are framed from this one. When this force and displacement are perpendicular, means both, none of the force or displacement is zero. Both force and displacement are there, but they are perpendicular. Getting? So when force F and displacement D is perpendicular. We have learned in mathematics, this perpendicular means the angle between these two quantities is 90 degree. Though neither F is equals to 0 nor displacement D is equals to 0. So how is this situation? And where we are coming across this situation? It is very interesting. So in this case also means when F and D are perpendicular, then this work done is also 0. We will understand this. That is no work done. Done. Understand this. Why? A student, I was explaining work is always calculated by considering the component along the other. Say, just you please understand, student, this. I am considering different situation. This is the object over which a force F is applied, and this much is the displacement. Displacement is continuous. D, forget for this length of displacement. How much force I shall consider? For considering that force, you need to draw perpendicular over this displacement, and from this initial position, you have to join this perpendicular. So whatever this force Fx is coming, that gives us the component. Now, if this angle is made bigger, means the F was here we had considered this angle as theta. Now if this angle in this situation, consider the second one. On the same object, I am going to apply the force like this. Means closer to 90 degree, though because of this the object might have moved. See, what is this component? Or let me draw it by different color. So take this force F. For getting the component from the top of this F, you need to take this Fx. So this Fx is what? Reduced as the angle theta increases. Now let me take one more situation where angle is even increased and just closer to 90. A student, just watch it carefully. I am going to now take this. What will be the, though the object might have moved the same displacement D, what is the component of this F now? Again, you have to draw the perpendicular from the top of or the tip of this F, and you have to take up to their base. Means from where it is starting. Here this Fx reduced further. Now I am going to make it further very closer to 90. Means it is like this one. A student, in this case, though we may consider the displacement same as earlier, but how much is the component? If you are taking the component, hardly you can get a very small component. Okay, Fx very small. Okay, student. Now, So this fx was coming because of this initial point and their component other point. Okay, it is like this one. This was the fx, this much length, here this much length, here very small this much length, here just like a very small. Now if we consider exactly 90 degree, a student, draw it exactly 90 degree. While drawing it exactly 90 degree, and we want to take the component exactly 90 degree. A student, then though it may be possible that the displacement carried d is this much. In this case, what is the component? A student, the perpendicular from this tip, if you want to draw, it will just superimpose or it will fall over the same line. So what is this? Is there any length or is there any horizontal component of force as here it was? So here, in this case, we are not getting fx. Fx value is nothing.
Zero.
So nothing is given by 0. So nothing, the concept of nothing is given as 0. So 0 means nothing significant or nothing is there. That is fx is equals to 0. So this is the situation arises, and I'm talking for this one. So therefore, how is the work? Since work is always given by, while it is the perpendicular or making some angle, in this case it is given by fx into its displacement. So when this f is perpendicular to d, this implies its fx value is 0, as we have taken here. See in this figure, the angle between this f and this d is 0. Therefore, the fx component along the displacement that we have calculated is 0. Getting? So therefore, this work done is 0 into d. So this implies work is 0. So this is very important case, that when f and d are perpendicular, then no work or work done is 0. This we have understood with the help of this, considering the component of force, because work is calculated by considering the component of force along the displacement. That is the one thing. So this way we have understood positive work, negative work, 0 work. Now where is this 0 work is happening? Example. So write down the example for 0 work. So for this 0 work, we can take many examples are there, and there are various practical applications. So right, let me write this as the another point. In following, no work is done. As these are the case number 3. How? A student, you are carrying a weight on your head. So write down the first one. Work done by weight when a person is carrying a load over head. So work done when so work done when load is carried over the head by any coolie or any person, or the heavy school bag carried by you, it may be. So work done in this case is 0. So work done when load is carried by or carried over the head is 0. Why? Let us understand. Consider a coolie is there.
Yes.
Yeah. So just understand this. A coolie is there who is holding certain weight on his head. So make a coolie carrying some weight over his head. This is the person, just consider, who is carrying the load over his head. Understand the same thing I am explaining here. Consider this person is moving in this direction. So a student, in this case, what is the force acting? Force acting is the weight, because of which the worker is experiencing the force because of the weight over his head, like this. Are you getting? So force is always acting downward. This weight, or the coolie is just applying the equal force to hold this object on his head. Get it? Now by holding this object, the coolie is moving horizontally. So this displacement in this case is D. Now this object have reached to this position. This is the new position where the coolie is holding the same thing. So now what is the situation? The situation is exactly like the force is acting downward. The weight is also nothing but a force. Weight is also a force. This we have learned in our chapter gravitation. So this force may be denoted as F, or weight W you may also denote, but why denoting W? Because W we are denoting with the, or W denotation is used for the work, or F small w, put it here. So force due to weight, force due to weight. Now what is the displacement? Displacement is in this direction, D. So what will be the component of F along the D? Nothing, student. So in this case, if you want to draw the component of this F over this D, so you may write component of the force F or FW over D, means in direction of displacement, is 0. Therefore, work done is equals to 0 into D. It is our 0. So no work is done when an object is moved horizontally and force is applied vertically. Okay? It is like this. So work done when the load is carried over the head is 0. Why? Because the force and displacement are perpendicular. Perpendicular. This was the situation number 3. So this is the one case or practical example that we are observing. Another, let us come for the satellite revolving around the earth. So students, let us consider for the satellites or anything moved in a circular path, then what is the work done by the centripetal force?
0.
Yes. So satellite moving in circular path and the force is always acting toward where this force is acting toward center of this circle to keep it rotating. Understand this? It is very easy. A student, in our circular motion, we have learned that if we consider an object to rotate over this circle, this have to be tied with an string and then whirl it, rotate it. It will move along this circle. So this is the center O you may consider. Consider this point A. Now while it is rotating, what is the direction of a small displacement? Direction of displacement is along this arc. Okay, student? Means this is the direction of displacement. Though after some time or considering the longer distance, it appeared that the displacement is the curved one, but for very small part of that curve, what is the displacement? Displacement is almost straight. Like you might be observing on the road or especially on highway, the turns are not very steep, but the curves are very slow. Then if you are just observing the small length, say 2 meter or 10 meter or 5 meter, it will appear as straight. The road will appear to you as straight. So it is like that one. So here we can say the displacement is in this direction. But where the force is always acting toward the center, because force is in the direction of acceleration and acceleration is always toward the center. So this center, the force toward the center is called as centripetal force. So move on a circular path and the force is always acting toward the center. So such a force which is acting toward the center or away from the center is called as centripetal force. But the displacement is along the curve or the displacement is perpendicular to the centripetal force. So here displacement is perpendicular. Is this symbol okay? Or shall I write perpendicular to the centripetal force? Centripetal or maybe outward, then it is called as the centrifugal force. So when this displacement and force are perpendicular, therefore, what is the work done by the centripetal force? So work done by the centripetal force
0.
to rotate over the circular path over circular path is equals to the component along the arc multiplied by the arc length. Since both are at 90 degree, so it becomes 0. Why? Since F is perpendicular to D. This is this situation. Is it okay? So these things we have to keep in mind. It is very important. Therefore, if the moon is rotating around the earth, then how much work is done by the earth in rotating the moon? 0. If you are whirling any object with the help of thread, say if it is like this one and you are holding it and you are rotating it on a circular path, then how much work you are doing? 0 work. Okay?
0.
Yes. Therefore, no work is done by earth on moon to rotate in its orbit. That we are knowing that the earth is rotating around the sun and moon is rotating around the earth. Also, no work is done by sun in rotating planets, earth or other planets also. Around in circular orbit, in orbit. That we are knowing the solar system. Okay. Also, no work is done while you are rotating an object on a circular path through a string or through any motor or any kind of thing. So, no work done while rotating object at end of a string on circular path. Is it okay? So these are the conclusions that can be drawn, and these are very important conclusions. Okay, student. So keep in mind, why no work? Because force is not in the direction of displacement. It is the importance. So what we need to summarize, we need to understand that this work is given by F into D. It is one thing. The entire summary I am writing. But this work become positive when F and D are in same direction. F and D in same direction. This work is negative when a student?
F and D are in opposite direction.
Very good. What are the example for this negative? We will see just after a few seconds. So this is the example when we are lifting an object upward. So by weight, when the object is lifted upward, by weight, when object lifted upward. Like while you are moving upward in the lift, your displacement is upward, but the force of the weight is always acting downward. So the work done by earth in pulling you is negative work. Is it okay? Now coming to the third situation. Work could be zero. When it is zero, students, can you tell me? Yes. So when F is perpendicular to D,
When F is perpendicular.
or D is equals to 0, or F is equals to 0, or all the three. These are very important situations. So in circular motion, we are getting such kind of situations. Okay, student? So these are the summary. Students, now let us go for the unit of work. What is unit of work? Unit of work. For getting the unit of work, the work is defined as F into D. So unit work is obtained by considering unit F and unit displacement D. So unit work, unit of force, Newton, displacement, meter. So unit of work can be Newton meter. So right, unit of work is, the very first here we have calculated Nm, Newton meter. Is it okay? Or any doubt what we are denoting here, N, and what is M? Students, here N is our Newton and displacement is in meter. Unit we are taking, therefore Nm, we are right. It is one thing. Student, we have learned that this Newton is nothing but it is kg meter per second square. It is this one. This is the, what do we mean by a Newton? Newton means it is kg meter per second square. 1 kg object have acceleration of 1 meter per second, then the force acting is called as 1 Newton. So substituting in the term of basic quantity, it is this one, multiplied by meter. So both of this meter and meter are in numerator. So their exponent 1 and 1 will get added. Therefore, we can write for this as kg meter, 1 plus 1 become 2 and second square. Is it okay? Now, a student, this much unit is called as joule. So we can write this joule is denoted by J. Therefore, we write 1 joule or 1 J. This is giving us the SI unit of work. So 1 joule can be written or from the intermediate step here, or may be written from here also. Both mean the same thing. So what is 1 joule is equals to 1 Newton multiplied by 1 meter. So what is this 1 joule? For defining this 1 joule, let me draw a figure. So student, consider an object over which a force of 1 Newton is applied, and this force is able to displace this object. How much displacement? 1 meter, student. Then the work done in this case is given by 1 Newton into 1 meter. Is it okay? Then it is called as 1 joule is equals to 1 Newton into 1 meter. Or 1 joule is equals to 1 Newton meter. Get it? So what is 1 joule? So 1 joule is, the definition of 1 joule is work done by a force of 1 Newton on an object while it is displacing it by 1 meter. So 1 joule is work done by a force of 1 Newton in displacing an object by how much displacement? 1 meter. And here we shall keep in mind this displacement is in the direction of force. The object by 1 meter in direction of force. Add that word also. In direction of force. Because if the displacement is in some other direction, then the amount of work done will be different. So keep in mind, this 1 joule is our SI unit. So unit work, unit wise it is called a joule in SI unit. SI unit is also called as MKS unit. And in CGS, we are taking this as the ERG, ERZ. In CGS unit. Why this ERG? So student, let us go for the ERG now. Or let us go for this CGS, the second one as the CGS unit of work. So CGS unit of work is ERG, denoted by ERZ itself. Writing ERZ itself, you have to write this full form, ERZ, ERG. Or sometimes this E word is also used, but to avoid confusion from the energy, we are not using this. And to avoid the small e, to get confused from the electron, we are using this ERG itself as the complete one. A student, how is this one ERG? We have learned that the work is given by force into displacement. So if we are taking this force in CGS unit, what is the CGS unit of force, student? Tell me. Yeah, tell me quickly. What is CGS unit of force? None of you can tell. We have learned in our chapter force and laws of motion. CGS unit of force is dyne, student. And displacement in CGS, centimeter gram second. So it is our centimeter. So you need to take for 1 erg, it is our 1D into centimeter. Or 1 erg is given by 1 dyne centimeter. It is this one. A student, what is the relation between erg and joule? That we have to write. Write down. Relation between, this is asked many times, joule. What is this joule? It is our SI unit of work. And erg. What is this erg? CGS unit of work. These are very easy things provided you are able to understand. If you are not understanding, it becomes very difficult. So student, how to derive this relation between joule and erg? So write down the definition of joule. So 1 joule is what? 1 Newton into 1 meter. And what is this 1 erg? 1 erg is given by 1 dyne into 1 centimeter. Student, what is the relation between this Newton and dyne? Since 1 Newton is given by 10 to the power 5 dyne, this we have learned. And what is the relation between 1 meter and centimeter? None of you are knowing. 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. So use these two relation in the joule. So 1 joule is 1 Newton meter. So this can be written as 1 joule as 1 Newton 1 meter is equals to 10 to the power 5 dyne into 100 centimeter, or you may write this as 10 to the power 5 into 100 dyne centimeter. 100 is what? 100 is nothing but 10 to the power 2. So it become like 10 to the power 5, 10 to the power 2 dyne centimeter. Adding this exponent for the same base, it become 10 to the power 7 dyne centimeter. Student, this dyne centimeter is called as what? This is the erg that we are writing. So therefore, 1 joule is given as 10 to the power 7 erg. This is the relation that we need to keep in mind. Like 1 Newton is given by 10 to the power 5 dyne, 1 erg is given by 10 to the power 7 erg. Okay? 1 Newton is equals to 10 to the power 5 dyne, 1 joule is equals to 10 to the power 7 erg. You have to keep this thing in mind. Do not forget. So this was all about the work. So this way we have learned the definition of work, then the type of work, whether positive, negative, or zero, then the unit of work, various units, CGS unit, and SI unit. Now, another important thing regarding this work is a scalar quantity. Students, so let us summarize whatever we have learned today. Then we will go for the numerical. We have learned work. So work is given by F into D. It is the first formula. Here we have to keep in mind F and D must be in the same direction. It could be positive, it could be negative, it could be zero. Okay? For positive, F and D must be in same line. For negative, F and D are in opposite line. For zero, F is perpendicular to D, or F is equals to 0 or D is equals to 0. These are the three situations. This is. Another thing we have learned, that this work is an scalar quantity. So write that one. Work is a scalar quantity. as it do not possess direction, though it is the product of two vector. But the product of two vector can be a scalar or can be vector. So it is basically the scalar product. So it gives the scalar quantity. So work is a scalar quantity and do not possess direction. Then we have learned about the unit of work.
Joule.
Very good. So first our SI unit is joule and CGS unit is
9 centimeter.
Yes. So 1 joule is equals to Newton meter and 1 erg is equals to 9 centimeter. We have learned that there is a relation between this joule and erg, that 1 joule is equals to 10 to the power 7 erg.
9 centimeter.
Then the other previous relation, just for your recalling, 1 Newton is given by 10 to the power 5 dyne. This was the relation between the force. Here, this is the relation between the work. It is this one. So this thing we have to keep in mind. Another thing regarding this unit we have learned. This joule, so 1 joule is 1 Newton meter, or in term of the basic unit like kg, meter and second, it is given as 1 kg meter square per second square. Okay. Then 1 joule, rather than joule, if we consider this CGS unit, it becomes dyne. Then taking the dyne, let me denote it by dyne centimeter as erg. Take this erg now. So 1 erg is 1 dyne centimeter. So in place of dyne, we need to put the CGS unit. So kg should be replaced by gram, meter should be replaced by centimeter square, and second remain as it is. So these are the important things that we need to keep in mind. So this was all about the summary of whatever we have learned today. Now applying this, let me solve a numerical, then I will leave it. Student, let us go for a small numerical. So you people please do this numerical. So right, consider a force of 5 Newton is acting on a body have displaced it by 800 centimeter in direction of force, in direction opposite to the applied force, in direction opposite to applied force, then find the work done. Student, we have to solve this. It is very easy question. Just write down the data, draw the figure, you can get it. What we are getting? Draw the figure. So just any object, draw any object, apply a force. The applied force is 5 Newton. But it is given that displacement of 8 centimeter in the direction opposite to applied force. So new position of this object will be somewhere backside this, means in the direction opposite to this. So that this displacement is in this direction. So displacement is how much? 800 centimeter. Here we are getting force in this direction and displacement in this direction. So the angle is how much? 180 degree. So this simply tells us that the work should be negative. So we shall put minus sign in our formula. Getting? So right. Then we want to calculate the how much work is done. That we want to know. Since F and D are in opposite direction, therefore we shall take the work as negative and our formula get modified with the negative sign. Work is equals to, in this case it is our minus of F into D we need to substitute. So this much work, how much work, student? 5 means minus of 5 into 800. Is it okay? We can substitute and we can calculate and get it. Is it okay, student, or any doubt? A student, I had discussed about the unit. So unit of work is joule. This joule is Newton meter. So wherever we are taking the Newton, we need to take the displacement in term of meter. So this will give you the wrong result. So very first thing, convert this 800 centimeter into meter. So it becomes 8 meter only. So we need to put this 5, then we need to take 8, not the 800. Okay, students? So 5 into 8, it becomes like minus of 40. And this time the unit that we have to put is joule J. Therefore, work is minus 40 joule. This is the answer. Are you getting? It's so simple, student. Getting no? So this way we have to understand, we have to modify the formula as per their direction. This minus sign is very important. You please do not forget this minus sign. If you are forgetting this minus sign, then your marks will be deducted. Let us just stop the class, or let me just take one more question. Question number 2. A student, a coolie have carried 10 kg mass from one position to another, then how much is the work done? It is 0, provided the mass have moved horizontally. But I am considering the another situation where an object is released from the top of a building. The object was here, it was at certain height. This is the building. The building have height of 20 meter. 20 meter is too much. Let me take the 15 meter. And this object which is thrown or released have a mass of 10 kg. Or let me take this as the 15 kg. Kg. Get it? So when the object or the mass is released from the top of the building, then it will reach to the ground. Then while reaching to ground, how much work is done by the weight or by the earth to pull it and bring it on the ground? So write down the question. A 10 kg object, 10 kg object is released from top of a building of height 15 meter, then find the work done by gravity. Work done by gravity. Gravity means earth pull that we have learned in last chapter. So whether you call as earth pull or weight of the object mean the same thing. This we have to calculate. Students, to understand it carefully, I am considering an object is at some height initially. The mass of this object is 15 kg and the height of this object is how much? Height is given 15 meter. So while the object is released, we are knowing that, yes, tell me.
Mass is 10 kg.
Yeah, okay, correct. So correct it. Mass we have taken is 10 kg and the height from which the object is released is 15 meter. Now we are knowing that if any object is there, the earth is always pulling it. That force is called as gravity. So how much force of gravity Fg is applied? It is m into g. Weight is given by mass into acceleration due to gravity. Yeah, student, any doubt? So this is the weight due to gravity. So this weight is the force because of which the object will fall downward, otherwise object will not fall. Therefore, in this case, what is the work done? Here we are getting that displacement. Initially, the object was at the top and finally it is reaching to ground. So this displacement D, which is D is same as the H, which is 15 meter in direction of force. What is that force? Force is equals to the weight, student, or here we have denoted as Fg, given by weight is given by mass into acceleration due to gravity z, mg. Therefore, the work done by earth pull, you may write it here, student, it is interesting thing. Work done by earth pull, since the displacement is downward, so the weight into displacement we have to take. This displacement is the vertical displacement. Vertical displacement. So in form of formula, we can also keep in mind the work done W can be written in the term of their weight, means write this as Fg into the displacement d here, but this Fg is nothing but mass into acceleration due to gravity mg, that can be substituted here, and displacement d that we are denoting here is our height h. Therefore, work done due to gravity is given by mgh. This is the other way of using the formula. This we will learn in our potential energy also. So here work is positive if object moves down. G is our positive. If object moves downward, and this become negative if object moves
Upwards.
Upward.
very good, because while moving upward the weight is always acting downward, but displacement is upward, therefore it's negative. So this is another important formula regarding the work done by earth or gravitational force we have to keep in mind. Okay, student? So we have derived this formula. It can be positive when the object moves downward. It can be negative if the object moves upward. It is this one. This is the formula that I have derived. So now let us substitute the data given. Student, you can remember this as a formula also, or it's very easy to remember if you are knowing the weight. So therefore, here work done by weight done by gravity, that can be calculated by W is equals to mgh. Mass is our 10 kg, so substitute it, into acceleration due to gravity is also 10, but h is 15. So multiply it, 1500, all are in the SI unit, so it becomes joule. Therefore, the work is 1500 joule. Note that it is positive work. As the object have moved down, therefore it is positive work. Okay, student? So this was all about everything I have covered and I have discussed. All the students have written this. It is very important. It is the basic of work. After knowing this work, we are able to understand the energy very easily. Then the power is even more easier than that. Okay. Any doubt, then please ask. Otherwise, we shall stop the class and let us go for the homework. Students, in our book, some of the numericals are given. We can take this. So this you people can do in your home, though these are very easy, and whatever I have discussed, everything is involved here. Everything we had already discussed. So these are your homework. Are we getting? A student, let me give you the hint quickly. When do you say that the work is done? Yeah, student, means when work is not zero. When do you say?
When a particular body covers a particular displacement.
Very good. Means when there is a displacement in the direction of force. So write for 1, you must write the answer for 1 when there is displacement in direction of force. In direction of applied force. For which we want to calculate the work, and none of them is zero, and none of them means what? Neither displacement nor the
Or-
force, none of them is zero. Only these are the two things you can keep in mind. When the work becomes zero, student, this work becomes zero
And there is no
when F
displacement.
is zero, or D is zero, or F is
Or when F is perpendicular to
These
D.
are the only three situations. So you have to write only this one line answer, that is enough. So understand the concept. After understanding the concept, writing the answer is very simple one. You may write in your own language, you will get the full mark. Question number 2. Write the expression for the work done when the force is acting on an object and in the direction of its displacement. What is asked here? So work is equals to F into D1. Here it is already given that
F
the
into
displacement is in the direction of displacement, or force is in the direction of displacement. We had discussed. Okay. So these two must be in same direction, only then F into D we have to write. If it is in opposite direction,
minus F into
very
D.
good. So this minus of FD when
minus F
in
into D.
opposite direction. Okay, student. So these are the things that we need to keep in mind. Define 1 joule of work. We have just defined 1 joule is given by 1 Newton into 1 meter. Means a force of 1 Newton is able to displace the object by 1 meter. Then the work done is 1 joule. Are we getting? So applied force is 1 Newton and able to displace the object by 1 meter in direction of force. Okay, student, never forget this. So this way the work we have covered very nicely, and you people have also understood it, appear me. Yeah, let us go for giving the hint to question number 4 also, student. Regarding this question number 4, pair of bullock exert a force of 140 Newton on a plow. The field being plowed is 15 meter long. How much work is done by the plowing the length of the field? What we have to do? So student, it is said that the bullock is pulling, means it is simply like this one. You can understand. So bullock is applying the force 140 Newton, and while pulling the
140 Newton.
cart, the displacement is also in the same direction, 15 meter. Therefore work is given by F.
2,100 joule.
140 into 15 meter.
Very good. So 140 into 15 joule, it's this much easier. Okay, you please do it, calculate. Yeah, now coming to the other question, other blue question. Force of 7 joule act on an object and displace it 8 meter in direction of force. Okay, it is shown here. Then what is the work done? Very easy here. 7 into 8.
56 joule.
7 into 8, 56 joules. Work is done.
Very good. So it's very easy. You please do all this as homework. Yeah, tell me, student, any doubt, then please ask me or please tell me. Otherwise, I hope today we have learned about the work very nicely. If you have any doubt, then please go through the videos once more